What if God wasn't some glowing, bearded figure in the sky, or even a divine energy, but rather a super advanced alien from a distant galaxy, casually monitoring Earth like a cosmic ant farm? Let's be clear, this isn't a claim, it's a curiosity. There's no intention to offend anyone's beliefs. This is just another what-if sandbox of imagination. So let's suspend disbelief and dive into a possibility so bold, it might just explain everything, from the pyramids to prayer. First, let's define the idea. This isn't a question of whether God might be an alien. It's a bold proposition. What if God is an alien, a being from a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that it would appear to us exactly like, well, God? Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." Extend that logic further. Any sufficiently advanced civilization is indistinguishable from divinity. Time, space, matter, these are the laws that bind human existence. But an alien race millions of years ahead? They might have evolved beyond those limits. Imagine a four-dimensional being trying to explain itself to a two-dimensional stick figure. That's us, trying to comprehend God. Now, picture a Type 5 civilization on the Kardashev scale, not just harnessing the energy of a planet or a galaxy, but manipulating multiple universes. To such a being, time and space are like clay. Creating life, a hobby, answering prayers, just an algorithm. Miracles, merely a few tweaks to the cosmic simulation. Let's rewind, way back. What if an alien civilization seeded Earth's oceans with amino acids? The theory of Panspermia suggests that life across the universe could share a common alien origin. Maybe Earth is just one of many petri dishes in their galactic lab. Sounds like science fiction? Even Francis Crick, the co-discoverer of DNA, once speculated that life on Earth may have been intentionally seeded by an advanced race. Let's look at ancient cultures. The Sumerians, one of the first known civilizations, wrote about the Anunnaki, sky gods, descending in flying discs. Was it poetic metaphor or something more literal? One thing is certain, those Mesopotamians were weirdly detailed for their time. The Book of Ezekiel describes a flying chariot with wheels within wheels and glowing beings, religious symbolism, or history's first UFO sighting. Then there's the story of the Nephilim, sons of God who came from sky and mated with human women to create giants. In India's Mahabharata, flying chariots called Vimanas fired energy weapons and crossed dimensions. Were they literal flying machines or vivid metaphors? Mesoamerican gods like Quetzalcoatl and Viracocha were said to have come from the stars and shared knowledge. Coincidence or alien contact? The Dogon tribe in Mali knew about Sirius B, an invisible star, long before modern telescopes could confirm its existence. Was that intuition or informed by ancient visitors? It's as if every ancient culture left breadcrumbs. Were they worshipping gods or just awestruck by extraterrestrial tourists? Giordano Bruno, burned at the stake, believed in infinite worlds and alien life long before science could support the idea. Spinoza said that God is nature, not separate from it. Carl Sagan once speculated that highly advanced alien life might appear godlike to us. Fast forward to July 1947, the Roswell incident. The US military initially called it a flying disc, then changed the story to a weather balloon. Classic misdirection, or a cosmic cover-up? Some theorists believe the classic grays, big-eyed, bald aliens, are biodrones sent by higher intelligences, maybe by God V 2.0. After all, humans send rovers to Mars. Why wouldn't a galactic being send angels or messengers? Are we rediscovering the divine through the lens of science? Enter the simulation hypothesis. The Matrix, literally in action. Philosopher Nick Bostrom suggests we might be living in a simulated universe. So, who's the admin? Who hits Ctrl+Z when Earth crashes? God? Or a hyper-intelligent alien species running a cosmic game engine? And then there's time travel. Could God be a future human millions of years ahead who mastered time and returned to guide us? If someone went back to the Stone Age, wouldn't the locals think they were a god? The multiverse theory suggests infinite realities may exist, each with different physics, life forms, and rules. Maybe in one universe, a being evolved to become so advanced it could jump dimensions, tweak evolution, and vanish without a trace. Would we even recognize it, or would we worship it? Now think about wormholes. If God lives galaxies away, maybe he uses wormholes, space-time shortcuts, to reach us. Now it gets spicy. If God is an alien, what happens next? First, religion gets a software update, doctrines reboot, millennia of theology collapse or evolve overnight. Temples install satellite dishes. Hymns are translated into binary code. Science and spirituality finally shake hands. No more us versus them. With access to advanced alien technology, cloning, terraforming, anti-gravity, quantum consciousness, miracles become routine. Physics becomes scripture. Prayers become pings to a quantum server. We might even find alien DNA in ourselves. That elusive missing link in evolution? Imagine your ancestry test. 6% Andromedan, 4% Arcturian, 90% confused. The afterlife? Perhaps a consciousness backup. Heaven becomes cloud storage. Hell? A glitched software loop, endlessly rebooting. Priests and prophets? Maybe just high-level coders. The next Messiah might wear a hoodie and debug divine code. Governments would panic, then monetize. God's face on currency, flags, and lunchboxes. YouTube would explode. Top 10 alien miracles caught on camera. Would we open diplomatic ties with heaven? The UN holds a session with God's reps. In exchange, we receive clean energy, anti-aging tech, and galactic citizenship. Terms and conditions may apply. Of course, some would lose their minds. Conspiracy theorists would scream, "Told you so." X would implode. Here's the big question. Would it change us? Strangely, maybe not. If God were real, even as an alien, many might feel more spiritual, because we wouldn't be alone. Someone cared enough to create us, or visit us, or simulate us. Call it God, Creator, or Galactic Dad. It's still humbling. Whether divine or extraterrestrial, whether from heaven or Zeta Reticuli, if this being created life, encouraged compassion, and offered guidance, why should it matter where they're from? In fact, it might even unify us. One origin story, one cosmic heritage. Religious wars over my God versus your God would seem absurd if it turns out it was the same space dad all along. This idea pushes humanity to evolve. If an advanced civilization out there could be God to us, maybe we're on the same path, growing, learning, becoming something greater. Perhaps humanity's destiny isn't to rule Earth, but to build new worlds, new life, new meaning. And one day, someone might look up to us and whisper a prayer. So, was this all fun speculation? Absolutely. Do we have proof? Nope. Is it possible? Possibly. Does it hurt to imagine? Not one bit. Whether someone's a believer, a skeptic, a science nerd, or just someone who loves a good cosmic what if, the idea that God might be an alien opens doors to imagination. And curiosity, after all, is the spark that leads us to the stars. Until next time.